Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to 321 this morning. My name is Ben Barber. It is Friday, August 22nd, and I am very, very, very happy today because for the first time ever, on the morning show, whether that be Breakfast with Ben, Business Over Breakfast, 321 Go, 321 This Morning, as it is now and forever known, I am joined today by my business partner, Patrick Wiley. Patrick, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Some people didn't think that you exist.
No, I think for the last 4 years you've been talking about this person, and I don't think people actually thought that you were serious.
No,
You were just making somebody up.
I have heard that you don't exist. I've heard that you're a figment of my imagination, that you are my imaginary friend, that you are...
I'm the voice in your head.
You are the voice in my head, and there's many, and it's a problem, and I'm seeing someone about it. You have been called lots of things, but over the last 20 years, you've mostly been my friend. And
has it been that long?
It's been, not only has it been 20 years.
Oh, you talked about this on the Tuesday show.
Yeah. It has been 20 years. This coming month, will be 20 years since the first time Dave and I ever produced anything together. And those were the seeds. And I told the story on Tuesday. Those were the seeds that led to the production company, that led to me going, I'm not a businessman. I don't know what I'm doing. I like to make things and make things look fun and pretty. That's all I like to do. I'm not an entrepreneur. I need an entrepreneur. And I was lucky enough to be very good friends with one of the best. And man, I'm so happy that you and I worked at Subway together 20-something years ago.
In the Exxon station.
That
no longer exists.
Playing, stealing my dad's CD player from the house so that we could listen to our own music behind the sandwich wall on Sundays when it was dead. And for the high schoolers that might be listening to this, a CD is a small disc that you would put into a tray, and it would play music. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you would bring in Billy Joel.
Yep.
And I would bring in Broadway show tunes.
Yep.
And we would discuss. And I believe, was it you that we did the Krispy Kreme challenge?
Oh, once? Yes. Yeah. Yep. Who could eat a dozen donuts the fastest?
A dozen donuts. Yeah.
We did that. We also did whoever could eat the footlong grinder the fastest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you think, we were hooligans, the owner's son, once, because we were in a convenience store, the owner's son, when we got the toaster ovens, that's right. I worked at Subway before they had toaster ovens. When we got the toaster ovens, he played a game with me, which was, we went and got like gummy sharks and like the peach rings and all of those things, from all of the gummy stuff from the convenience store. And we saw which one would melt the fastest in the oven. And that was probably like a $15,000 piece of equipment that he was just messing with immediately on day one, I'm sure. And his parents watch this, but he's in his 40s now, so who cares? But anyway, great times. And to think that grew and grew and grew into watching you start a couple businesses and be successful with everything that you ever touched, and just begging you to come and help me out. I mean, I remember at one point, maybe 10 years ago, Dave and I going, will you just take our business for us and run it?
I remember you saying that.
And you were like, I'll think about it, guys. And then thankfully COVID happened, which no one has ever said.
Thankfully for you.
Yes, thankfully for me. Although not thankfully for me, parents dying and all that. But financially, thank you, because I was able to reel you into being my business partner in this, and really all of the growth and all of the I mention this all the time, but like I could not do this without you. And anytime there's like I need filters. I need people to go, that idea, you're giving too much away, you're doing too much, you're not doing this enough. You're like, I need accountability, I need direction. And I do not know how to run a business. I know how to produce things. I do not know how to run a business. But this man is all of that and more.
If you were going to gas me up like this, I would have come on the show 3 years ago.
I have asked you to come on the show 3 years. But anyway,
better late than never.
Listen, so anyway, thank you. And those are the last nice things you will ever hear me say about Patrick Wiley.
It's not much else to say after
there
that.
isn't. No. He's got a beautiful wife. He's got incredible kids. And he's got the cutest dog in town.
Yep.
And a pool that I am surprised I'm not in right now, honestly. I tell him every summer that he's just going to wake up in the morning and I'm just going to be out there just swimming. But anyway, regardless of that, I'm very excited that Patrick's here. And spoiler alert, because I've had the name of the business at the bottom of the screen the whole time. Patrick, who do we have as our special guest today?
We have Amanda Zariello from Restore Physical Therapy. Amanda's a good friend. I've known her for a long time. I've known her husband for a while. He and I were in a BNI group together. God, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I just recently joined Amanda's group, BNI Wakefield, the best BNI in the state, if you ask me. It truly, truly is. So yeah, just excited to have you here and to talk a little bit about your business.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here. And I love hearing your story about you and Ben and how you guys all started. And
oh yeah, and he only glossed over it too. I mean, he would hire my DJ business to do lighting and sound for his plays that he was doing. And oh yeah, we've done professional wrestling shows, all sorts of stuff. So we have plenty of people we could refer you to.
Yes.
No, I just really loved hearing you guys working in Subway and just like to see where you were and where you are now. And it's cool. It's a cool story. So thanks for sharing that.
Oh, anytime. I will continue to share it because it's the only story I've got. But Amanda, tell us a little bit about your story.
Sure. Yeah. My name is Amanda Zariello. I'm a physical therapist and I own Restore Physical Therapy in Cranston, which I opened up around 6 years ago, I believe. And you mentioned my husband. I'm right inside my husband's gym, Olympia Fitness and Performance. And many people have had physical therapy in the past for many different aches, injuries. And I decided to go out my own because I wanted to make a difference on how I could help people in the industry. So I left kind of the traditional model and opened up a non-traditional model where we spend a lot more time with patients, helping them recover from an injury, whether that's an acute injury, a fall or rolled ankle or a hurt shoulder from an athlete, or adults with like chronic issues or recurring injuries. And we basically just help them heal and empower them to get back into an active, healthy lifestyle.
Nice. So before you opened up Restore, you were working, I would imagine, with maybe a larger company. And, describe to me that transition of I have a secure job, maybe get the benefits and all that good stuff, to saying, I'm going to go out and I'm going to just try this on my own.
Yeah.
Like describe that situation to me.
It was probably the scariest thing one of the scariest things I've ever done. I think Steve and I had just gotten married. We just bought a house and I simply just wasn't really fulfilled where I was working. And a lot of it was because I was seeing 15 to 20 patients a day and just going through the motions. And I just couldn't care for the patients as much as I would have loved in that type of model. And so I did some research. I was listening to podcasts and different ways to do physical therapy, and that's already was starting in other parts of the country. And I said, I need to do this. And I was already managing a clinic, so I was kind of getting more into the business side of things, learning like the stuff that you don't want to deal with as a clinician, like the business side, insurance, the headaches with insurance, and just like it's just a constant fight with those companies. And it was essentially just taking away from the care that you could give to your patient. And so I remember telling my husband, yeah, I think I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna start my own practice. And luckily he already had the gym.
That's convenient.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had an office. It was like literally his office that we kicked him out of, and I was able to make a treatment room in there. And it's one of those things, you don't have all the answers right away, but you just knew like this, it just felt right. It felt like the right thing to do. So I just kind of went with those feelings. And BNI helped me a ton with people who have been in business for years to help me with that transition. And I was working, per diem in a home care to make up for that salary that I wasn't going to get guaranteed right away as you start up something new. And so you just figure it out.
It's funny. I always love that analogy of a business owner or an entrepreneur that jumps off of the cliff and builds their parachute on the way down.
Yes.
Is that sort of how it felt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think, my brain back then was like, I need to figure out all the possibilities, like worst case scenario, like what are my plan B, plan C options at the time that like made me feel comfortable doing that. And now that I've evolved in business, I don't always worry so much about those things. I just kind of trust like what the vision is. And I really just try to make action step based on that.
Nice.
But that's growth, I guess.
It is. Let's back up to the model. So you say you went from this traditional model of, you're seeing 15 patients a day in an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
That's very little time that you're spending with each patient. So this non-traditional version of the service that you provide, I'd imagine you have more individualized time and you're seeing less patients.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So, every session that we see with the patient is 1 full hour with the same physical therapist from the start of care to their end of care. Where in a insurance-based model, you'll see a PT, and then sometimes you're getting treated by a PT assistant or an aide because simply they just don't have the time to be able to see you one-on-one. So we don't have any admin. We don't have any assistants. Like you're working with us from the start. And what that does is it allows us to really get to know the patient on a deeper level because we're really about figuring out the root cause of someone's pain or problem. And you need to have the time to do that. You need to have the time to ask the right questions. You need to have the time to understand the person, their personality, what their goals are, what their expectations are, and just having the time to have those conversations. We don't have the time to have those conversations in a traditional model. And that in itself is like the biggest thing that sets us apart is the time. Right.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's important to extract that information so you can best know how to treat them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because everyone is coming in at a different place in their journey of pain and injury and what their goals are. And so you need to understand where they are and how you're going to give them like a digestible step to get them to the next level, and the other thing is that we really want to empower patients we want to be proactive. Our healthcare system is such a reactive healthcare system, and knowledge is power. So the more knowledge you have around your body, the more you're likely to want to make a change because you understand what's going on. And so the time allows us to educate, and and then prevent, I don't like the word prevent, but like decrease the risk of things happening.
I think that makes a lot of sense, decreasing the risk, because I'm a runner and I do, haven't lately, but a lot of long distance endurance things. And what I'm noticing now that I'm getting a little older, I just turned 37. When I stop for a period of time, maybe a month or two of no exercise, and maybe my stretching is not what it should be, man, it's a lot harder to get going again, to get back to that baseline.
Yep.
And I'm walking around and I'm like, what is this like outside of my knee that feels weird now, and things like that. So what's the most important thing that a patient can do? Is it the preventative stretching on a daily basis? Is it foam rolling at home? Like what are the things that people can do so they maybe not are in your office all the time? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't want that. You love seeing your patients, but you want them to get back to their life,
Yes,
right?
we want them to be independent and know what to
Mhm.
do to. So it just depends on really what the activities. So for example, a runner, and I like to tell whatever you do every day, you should be training your body for what it is that you want to be doing. Movement is really important. You know, sitting all day is gonna wreak havoc on our bodies. So how can you offset 8 hours of sitting? You know, can you stand sometimes in the middle of your day? Can you just every time you go to the bathroom do a few like squats?
Yeah.
Those are just like little things to offset like the impacts of sitting. For someone who's an endurance runner, strength training is really important for to prevent injuries. So you want to build endurance in your muscles, and your muscles are what supports your joints. So if you're not training your muscles to accept that load and impact of running, you're gonna eventually probably wear something down. And our body is really cool, and every muscle has a function and it has a purpose, and it's supposed to support and help you move a certain way. And sometimes muscles are like sleeping, so they're not like woken up in your body. And maybe it's because you've never been taught, or you developed a pattern of movement that felt natural to you for whatever reason, but maybe it's not super effective or super efficient. So a physical therapist, we want to like break down the mechanics of that. But to get back to like the specific question of like, you said something about foam rolling. Foam rolling is a tool to help with pain management. It's to help like kind of relax the nervous system, wake up a certain area, but really activating muscles is probably the most important thing that you can do to support your body during high impact sports like running.
So using your body, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
I think this is the point in time where I say thank you once again to Patrick for this, which is a very important part of my life now since we did this. Everybody watching right now is watching the desk go up, and I'm missing, and nobody can hear.
But you're not standing. The desk is higher.
I know. I will, because I'm in a corner and I can't just stand like that right now. But we have to. Hold on.
And now our Apple Watches tell us to stand,
I know.
and it's
Yes.
I mean it's kind of annoying, but
I'm just getting it back into position now so that I can switch cameras again. Okay,
There we
because
go.
otherwise the cameras are connected to the desk, so everything would have been up higher.
Yeah.
We're good now.
all right, we're good. We're back
good.
in action.
We're back.
in action.
But thank you for thinking about all of our healths, because he made sure that everyone in this office got standing desks so that we could do that, especially me, because I am here producing shows for sometimes more than 8 hours a day. And that is yesterday I literally I got home and I was like, my ankle hurts. I didn't do anything to my ankle. I broke it playing basketball 20 years ago, but why does it hurt right now? And yeah, my luckily my girlfriend has, well, not okay, she's gonna hate me for this. This is like saying thankfully COVID. Luckily my girlfriend has lupus, and so her body is like the Tin Man, and so she has gone to physical therapists and done all of these things, and we have foam rollers and all sorts of gadgets around the house and all sorts. And anytime I'm like, oh, this hurts, she's like, okay, well, this is what my physical therapist taught me to do, this, and this. So I want you to get up right now and do that. And I'm like, I'm just going to go lay down.
So listen to your physical therapist.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you have, is there maybe some times where you're dealing with patients that are not good listeners?
Yeah, I think, at the end of the day, people are going to make their own choices no matter what information is fed to them. And I think that's part of it too, is, we ask a lot of questions like, how much time do you have? Because we get time as an issue, and, giving them too many exercises or too many things can be overwhelming. So we really just try to like make it easy.
Mhm.
You know, the standing desk, like one simple tool that's so cool that you gave everyone here that, but I don't know, going back to your ankle thing, like you're not even moving. And why do you have pain, right? Well, because when we move, we circulate blood, and blood is what brings all these healing properties to the joint and tissue. So you can have aches and pains from lack of circulation, you know.
Yeah. Wow. I guess that makes sense.
And
right?
overuse too. So it can be
Yeah.
from both sides of the spectrum.
Need a balance.
Yes.
Right.
I think it was literally that I'm sitting here at an angle looking at people, and I'm like putting my weight on this side, on the right side.
Mhm.
And but
Yeah.
anyway, it was funny because last night we literally drove by the basketball court 30 minutes from here that I broke my ankle, and then I got out of the car and she was like, maybe you just, was it like psychosomatic? I'm like, stop it, it's not psychosomatic. I hurt my ankle somehow today. I didn't just remember that I hurt my ankle 20 years ago and now my ankle hurts. I'm not that crazy.
She's onto something there too, though. That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Oh, no.
That'll be the next episode.
Oh,
when
no.
we come on, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right,
The
so
connection to the brain, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
mind-body connection.
so Amanda, you're ready for your own podcast now? On
I think so.
on
Yeah.
here?
I
Okay,
actually
cool.
am very interested in this. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off air for
Yeah.
sure. So I want to talk a little bit more about like the business aspect of your business,
Okay.
right? So you said you started the business 6 years ago,
Yep.
and BNI was an important step and tool and resource for you. Can
Mhm.
you tell me a little bit more about that? And for folks who are listening who might not know, BNI is the largest business networking organization in the world.
Yes.
And I've been involved with BNI in and out for, 11 years
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
So tell me a little bit about, one, why did you go to BNI Wakefield? And two, how did BNI help you get to be where you are now?
So when I was in BNI Wakefield, I was working for someone else.
Mhm.
And so being in a room full of entrepreneurs and professionals who are working for themselves really inspired me to go out on my own. And I was running a clinic pretty much independently. And so when I would have some patients from BNI come and they say, you should think about doing this on your own.
Mhm.
And so then my brain starts going, and how could I do that? So when I did that, I was so grateful to be in BNI for many different reasons. But one, it's a platform where you can learn how to speak about your brand.
Mhm.
And so that's something that's very important, is to
Yep.
be able to tell people who you are, what makes you different,
Mhm.
and who you help. And that helped me develop, public speaking skills and just evolve in that area of professionalism. BNI has members who've been in business and different types of businesses for many years.
Mhm.
So experience there that,
Yeah.
how do I handle certain situations, challenges, or, just accounting, so many things that I didn't go to
Mhm.
school for, right? I went to school to become a physical therapist. So this business side of things was really on my own to learn.
Mhm.
And then it just gave me an automatic, marketing, like referral source,
Right.
That was my main source of referrals when I first started.
Right. Yeah, it's I've had very similar experiences with a couple businesses, right, and joining BNI, and
Mhm.
the thing that stands out to me the most, and I've said this to a lot of people in our BNI,
Mhm.
Some groups are better than others, right? You get, and every group I've been involved with has been great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but something about this BNI, the quality of individual, the quality of business owner that's
Mhm.
there. I mean, we're not talking mom and pop shop businesses, and there's nothing wrong with those businesses, right? But the people who are in our group have 20, 30 employees.
Yeah.
They have multiple locations.
Mhm.
It's a real business
Yeah.
that's, providing a livelihood for hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very impressive. So the big thing for me was like, I never want to be the most successful or the smartest person in the room. And in that room, I am one of the dumbest.
Mhm.
There are so many smart business owners in that room that it's
Mhm.
like every week I feel like I'm learning something new from somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you feel the same, but it just blows my mind every Thursday morning when we're there.
Yeah, and I've been in there for more like maybe 7, almost 8 years now. And
Mhm.
there's been people in there for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And so it just goes to show like why people don't leave, because it's just the energy in the room, the experience.
Mhm.
There's always something to learn. And you have all these people pulling at you, come to this networking, do this, do that, spend your money on this marketing.
Mhm.
And that's the one thing that I will
Mhm.
not give up right now,
Yeah.
because it's been so instrumental from day one for
Right.
me.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. It's one of those things. I don't care how busy I get. I want to be there every Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. And sometimes as a business owner, for me, it's a little different now that I have a partner and multiple people in the company. But prior to that, I had a business where it was just me. I had nobody. I didn't have a executive board to bounce ideas off of. And, it gets a little lonely when you're running it by yourself. And, at least, your husband's a business owner, so I'm sure you can bounce ideas off of him. But, you need those professional people that you can just trust and rely on, almost like mentors, right?
And they want to help you. They want to help you
Yes.
succeed. So
Yep.
it's like you're in this room of people who like, let's help the new guy. Like we're
Mhm.
we're all gonna help you get to this next level.
Yeah.
And they commend you for what you're doing, because they've been in your shoes before, so they
Right.
get it.
Right.
And being an entrepreneur can be very lonely in the beginning.
Mhm.
It's like you don't have someone to bounce ideas off. Like I remember I couldn't wait to hire another PT just to like talk to someone about not even the business side of things, but about patience. 'Cause
Right.
that's something that we do. If you're stuck on something, you want to be able to consult with your colleague about someone's case. And so, you're like striving for that growth. But in the middle, when you're not quite there, you had BNI people to help walk you through it.
Yeah. Super important.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to throw a couple curveballs at you here. What is the biggest myth that you can bust about physical therapy?
Biggest myth. Okay. I would say like stretching is your primary exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Stretching, especially static stretching.
Mm-hmm.
The old school, like let me throw my foot on the table and like stretch my hamstrings is really not beneficial at all.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm a static stretcher. I love it. I get it.
And there's, it can feel good.
Mhm.
But dynamic movement is really so you can do a dynamic hamstring stretch before you exercise, but the static stuff, not so much research on that. It's good.
Yeah, go figure. Because I feel like that's how we've been taught, growing up. You're in gym class and it's like, all right, let's stop and stretch and, we're good, but not the case.
No. And what's cool about the industry in itself, I mean, it's evolved so much, and not just, physical therapy, but strength and conditioning. So there's so much more research now on it, where when I first went to school, and same for you, not as much. So it's evolving in that sense too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So last curveball here, and then we'll have you tell everybody.
That was
where they
one
can find you.
curve, 2 curveballs. That's it.
I said 2 curveballs.
Oh, you did say a couple. I thought you
Couple
were gonna have.
curveballs.
All right.
I'm not a good pitcher, so I can only do 2 curveballs.
Generally, you need at least 3 strikes in an at bat, but.
Well, I had the softballs, and now we have the curveballs, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about your business. We talked about BNI.
Yep.
Ben sidetracked us a couple of times.
And I still will.
Something fun about you personally that somebody off the street would have no idea about you. Something you've done, something you do, weird quirks, hobbies.
Okay. There's a lot, I guess. I'm an outdoors person, so I love to like hike and go camping. I brought my 2 and 4-year-old camping this summer for the second time.
Oh wow, how did that go?
Oh, it was a lot of work. In a tent, no bathroom. Yeah, it was effort, but
was it overnight or multiple nights?
3 nights.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You guys are nuts.
Yeah, we were crazy. I don't know how we did it, but
that's fun though. It's good memories.
I just, I like skiing, golfing. I like being outside. I've always been kind of an outdoors.
Does Steve golf too?
Oh yeah. I mean, he really loves to golf.
Yeah.
I do it with him.
Yep.
I'm not as like I don't love it as much, but it's just I like being outside. It's movement. It's fun. So.
Well, off air, we'll plan a day for us all to go golfing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like to golf, but I'm not good.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably go like 3 times a week and I'm still a 20 handicap,
Same.
but that's okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if you don't care so much, it's just for fun. And
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, nice. Well, really appreciate you making the trek from Cranston all the way here
Of
to our
course.
new studio in
Yeah.
Westerly. Where can people find you? I know we have some stuff up on the screen, Ben, but let's hear it from you.
Yep.
Um,
So if you want to call us, if you're interested about us, you can give us a call. You can book a call on our website, www.restoreptri.com. And we are 10 Worthington Road in Cranston, which is right near Sockanosset Crossroads, near Golfers Warehouse. So right off 37. So it's kind of easy once you're off the highway.
Yeah.
And we're right inside Olympia Fitness and Performance. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much once again for coming on the show. Folks, if you're in the Cranston area and you need physical therapy, Amanda's your girl. And yeah, until next time.
thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
I gotta be honest, Patrick. Do you want to co-host the show more often? Because that was a very light lift for me, man.
We'll talk.
We'll talk.
We'll talk.
Okay,
We'll talk.
we'll talk. Thank you to all of our advertisers running across the bottom of the screen. I hope you guys have a good weekend. We will be back in 29 minutes with Friday Friends, RI Elder Info. See you soon. Bye.